We have work to do. Our mutual friend tells me you've fallen in with some energy vampires. And I feel I can speak with some authority on the matter, having been an energy vampire myself many years ago now, of course. Quite recovered. But I am here to coach you, to care for you and coach you into how to better deal with these energy suckers in your life. If you will let me, if you will grant me permission to enter your psychic field. Thank you. Alright, but first, look up into the corner of the room for me and really stretch your neck. Just stretch your neck. No, don't worry, at worst, I will only emotionally exsanguinate you. It's not your literal, vital fluids, darling. It's only your pulse, which is shallow, but steady. Shallow but steady. Can you shrug for me? Just shrug. Just shrug off the world. Alright, take your arms here. Squeeze my fingers. I said squeeze my fingers. Oh dear. I want you to remember 3 words for me. Puppy, Epsilon, Columbia. Remember them. Remember them. Look straight towards me. Straight towards me. Look at my nose. Look at my nose. Ignore the light shining in your eyes. Look at me. Look at me, look at me. Just look at my nose. You're quite puffy, quite red, very bloodshot. Heavy bags under the eyes. When was the last time you had a good night's sleep? Alright, just tilt your head back for me. I'm going to close one nostril. I'm just going to shine. Oh God. Well, you have no deviated septum, but you have such limited blood flow that it's like staring through a bottle of milk with a light under it. You're that pale. You're quite pale. Oh my goodness. And you're very... Give me your hands again. Give me your hands again. Colder, perhaps even than me to the touch. All the hallmarks of fatigue, of being drained. Alright, I'm convinced. We can do something about this. It's alright. Just sit back in that chair for me. Don't fall asleep quite yet. Just breathe. I would ground you, but you're already melting into the floor as it is, so I think it's best if we begin in earnest. Well then, let me hook myself up with some carnelian. Just to ground myself. I'm going to begin putting some energy into you now. Putting some energy into you now. I have here a little infusion of lemongrass. To ease the muscle aches and pains and to sterilize all those emotional wounds that have been inflicted on you. And a little bit of verbena, a little bit of a heal-all, which is going to act as an astringent, as an anti-inflammatory. It's going to soothe those puffy eyes. It's going to reduce the swelling down all over your body. And lastly, some blood orange, because what would I be if I didn't infuse it with a little bit of blood orange? And it is going to act somewhat as a transfusion of energy. Valenthian passion flowing through you. I'm going to spray on my wrists. Spray on my wrists. Smells good, doesn't it? Yeah, thought so. We're going to start up here. Just gently channeling into you some energy, some of my energy, but mostly the energy of the universe coming down through me and into you, deciding where it needs to be, where it needs to land, filling up all those holes that have been created, that have been nibbled out of you by these people, or these so-called people. And on the subject, I would ask, what is your opinion of the energy vampire? What is your number one way of combating them? I am intrigued to know. By cutting them out of your life. Well, good and very stupid answer. Cutting them out of your life would be a reasonable option for one such as yourself. But it does connote a great level of fear. Are you afraid? A little mouse before these people scurrying away down into the cellar? I don't think so, no. Excuse me while I just put in some Dicumia. That's Dicumia, the Reiki moss. Don't worry about it. You're not one to run away from these things. I can sense that much in you. No. You must understand, energy vampires, it is no good to run away from them. You see, they are following an appetite for energy. And they will not stop until it is satisfied. They just will not stop until it is satisfied. It doesn't work for babies when you deny them affection when they are screaming in the night. It does not work for dogs when they are hungering for treats that you are not denying them because they are on a diet. No. They will always expect these things. They will always crave them. Just as one out in the desert seeking the oasis will overcome his previously thought limitations. They will burn and through themselves, seeking what you can give them. I'm going to put some energy into you now, just don't worry. I know it seems dramatic, but the energy of the universe going into you, going into you, going into you, going into you. They will seek it. They will continue seeking it. The well of human misery is very, very deep, my friend. And the only thing that can temper it is a well of equal depth, and that is the well of human compassion. A far difficult thing to draw from, but once it starts, once you really tap into that well of human compassion, when you see these people for the slaves they are to their own desires, and you want to help them, you want to coax them out of their coercive behaviors, only then can you be free, can they be free. You must dig deep into this well, draw from it the sweet, sweet waters. And together you may be at peace. Of course, to do this we must fortify you. You must be a little bit stronger than you are at present. A little bit stronger. Don't be alarmed, I'm just going to smudge you gently with some smoke. Burning, gentle pine, gentle pine, gentle pine. The tree of independence going into you. Going into you. Feel it, the energies of the pine tree, standing proud and alone, gazing down into the mist of the valleys and high into the starry heavens, alone and quite happy to be alone, of limitless energy that can sustain it for thousands of years. That is the energy that you must hold. That is the energy you must keep deep, 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 deep within your being. Cutting off these people, these energy vampires, would be the easy option for you. But I don't think you can really do it. I don't think you have the guts to do it. You're too human. You're far, far too human. And after all, are you really one to dispense with those that you have no need for in your life? No, I don't think so. You cannot just callously throw people away. It's not in your nature. You naturally reach out and want to help them. You poor, poor fool. You poor, beautiful fool. Reiki. Daikumya. I'm just cleansing you mentally Don't worry about it. Your kindness shines through. I congratulate you. You're better than me. You're better than them. You're better than me. You're better than them. You're better than me. You're better than them. Well, you're looking much livelier now. I'm not asking you to forgive these people who drained you so cruelly, who've drawn on you far more than decency permits. But I would say to you, and feel free to hit me, as I can take it. I can take a good smack now and again. But you're one of the lucky ones. In you is a propensity to care far more than the energy vampires can. We are but little children compared to you. Constantly tugging at the apron strings. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Fearing that if we are not seen, then we will simply blow away on the wind. It's a very tough thing, to look into the vault of your soul and find nothing but dust and frozen pizzas and empty bottles of cheap Cabernet. But you, I think you are beginning to see through it all. You're starting to lend a little bit less of yourself. Keep them asking. That is the trick. To keep them coming back. To feed them drip by drip by drip by drip. Not to slice open your veins completely, but to hold you, to hold you, to hold you, to hold you. Be patient, compassionate, and steady. Removed somewhat from the drama, because we do love our soap operas. We do love our little tragicomedies. We do love to see pain so that we may not feel it for ourselves. But you can better us. You can better us. Raku, 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 raku. You can better us. You can better us. Simply by dealing with us, with your steady temperament, with that kind, loving gaze that might just be sleeping you now. You are quite dizzy, aren't you? But just that patience, that willingness to listen and not necessarily to give in. And so for that, thank you. Thank you.